Promise I'm going to be doing a video to basically show you guys what is the payouts of PocketOption in the different market times. So I'm in a short moment I'm going to be putting like the Asian market payout levels, and then as in like right now I'm in the London and Europe session, and in a few hours from now it's going to be a New York session. So we're going to have a look at the payouts for different currency pairs, and you can get a realistic comparison. So without further ado, I'm going to cut to a couple hours back, like during the Asian session, and you see the payouts are pretty shitty, and then we're going to cut back to now, which is actually kind of good. So here it is, the Asian session payouts. Have a look at these payouts right now. I know it's not very interesting, for lack of a better word, kind of like shitty. Two of it's OTC that actually pays a little bit higher, but everything else is pretty on the low side. But now I'm gonna jump over to the European session. So this is like cutting forward once again. So check this out. Alright, so here we go. We're gonna click back on currencies and we'll see. And also just take note, there's a lot of stuff that's available. Okay, so notice that they even have like Euro SGD. So for those of you in Singapore, that's pretty cool. Okay, I wonder why they don't have USD SGD but they have Euro SGD. Interesting. So like basically just about a lot of the usual ones that we often trade, they're all in 87%, 80 something. But no, hang on, like these whole bunch of them are 87%. Well, a lot of people like to trade USD JPY and all that. Euro Aussie 80% is respectable. Euro USD 83%. Well, I also would like to know that if it goes up and down on different days of the week. So that's also good to know. Generally speaking, I'd like to see that everything is above like 50%. No, hang on, above 70%. Above 70% is decent. Okay. Now we're gonna check out the cryptocurrencies. It is still very shitty, but not as shitty as during the Asian. Let's check out commodities, and this is still about the same as Asian. It's still on OTC pricing, and stocks. Okay. Now a lot of this stuff has come up. No, stocks. All this is still OTC, so we have to look in the New York session. All right. So I'm going to cut forward to New York session in this part of the video. Stay tuned. Back here again, and we're going to check out the payout pricings on the US market. It is a couple hours later, so as promised, I'm going to review the different payouts during Asian, London, Europe, and New York session. So in New York session right now, let's check out the payouts. Let's go to currencies. Okay, Euro Ruble has made its way back here again, but it's OTC. And there is some change over here. If you compare this to a couple of seconds ago, you see that earlier it was like a couple of 87s, now it's 84, 83, 83, 82s, and so on and so forth. But there are more in the high 70s range. So is it good? Or is it, it seems to be the case that London had more of the 80-somethings, but right now there's actually a lot of high 70-something as well. Okay, and for what has low payout, obviously you don't trade. Let's look at cryptocurrencies. Okay, Ethereum, the payout has gone up. It's gone up from 30% previously to 40%, and Litecoin is, I think it was up from 15, was it, if I remember correctly, and but basically it's still quite shitty. So this is not a strong suit at all, and maybe for cryptocurrencies you probably want to stick with Olin Trade. They pay the best on crypto options. Commodities, all these are still OTC. They're all still at 92%, and let's go with stocks. Stocks, a couple of them are no longer OTC. Previously all were on OTC. These few are OTC and they're paying higher, but the ones that are not OTC, it's paying like fairly low. That's why I always say, if it pays too low, don't trade. It's probably going to be one of those things that you feel that, hey, during this session I want this broker because it pays the best. For this tool that I trade, let's say maybe like for this, so expert option pays like 90%, 92%. So if you do a lot of Brent, go to expert. If you do a lot of cryptocurrency options, go to Olin Trade. If you do stocks, maybe you want to look at either Spectre or IQ. If you look at currencies, well, actually this one does a pretty decent job for currencies. So that's pretty much it for this video, and I've given you a glimpse of how PocketOption pays out in the various market sessions, and based on that, I hope it helps you make a decision. If you want a complete tour of how the platform works in terms of all the chart tools and indicators, all these buttons over here, what they all do, how to use this cool thing here called the pending trade, head over to my complete platform review video, and the link to that is in the video description. Bye for now. So you probably have a question. When do the sessions start and end? When is Asian session starting? When is London, Europe starting? When is New York starting? Come to this URL, thebinarylab.net/forex market hours. All you need to do is actually punch in your local timing by the time zone. For me, it's GMT +7. I'm going to hit go. Basically, London and Europe is from 1400 hours, that's 2 p.m. until 10, the end of 10 o'clock, until 11 actually. And during this time, that's the overlap. And then over here, it is the Sydney and Tokyo. So that's the Asian session, collectively speaking. So from here, you can now appreciate how the payouts in this broker, PocketOption, apply to you.